Hey guys, DukeWayneLopez here. Sorry about the long delay. We had winter break. I'm having computer problems to where my Wi-Fi doesn't work at home, but works everywhere else. Uh, and other than that, I've just been busy with studying and all this other garbage. Uh, but I wanted to catch up a little bit today. Hopefully, I can get everything downloaded and everything the same day. Um, right now, I'm gonna touch up on clinicals. I didn't really touch it that much, so I wanted to actually go into more depth about what you can expect from it, because that's one thing that you never really talk about other than with your teachers when you're about to go. Um, I did pretty much all of mine. I have two left for hospital ER, which is insane. But let me put this down so I'm not clicking my pen. But pretty much what you're going to have is you're going to have 3 clinicals for rescue and then 3 other clinicals for hospital ER. So you're going to be working with different stations for rescue. So you're going to have either an ambulance. Me, myself, I wasn't on an ambulance. I was actually on a fire truck. We didn't transport people. All we did was we were first responders. If we got there first, we start treating the patient, doing the primary assessment and everything. Then ALS would come over, pick them up, take them to the hospital and everything. We'll relay our information to them. There's not too much that you can really do to mess anybody up on either one of the clinicals, hospital or rescue. But I will tell you this, you get what you put into it. So if you're going to be quiet and watching, that's all you're going to do is be quiet and watching. They're not even going to bother with you if you don't engage them in some way. Me, myself, I tried to put myself as if I was already in the field. So the first thing that I told them on my first day was that it was my first day. And I told them all I really did in lab so far was I did O2 tanks, CPR, and airway clearing. So I left them with that. So I told them that I know about the AED, but I never actually performed anything with the AEDs. So immediately they put me on the AED list. So they showed me where to put everything, where to put all the leads and everything like that. And first time that we go, they're like, okay, grab the AED and grab the O2. So I grab the AED, grab the O2 bag, start heading up to the house. I pass off the O2 to the paramedic firefighter, and he takes care of all that stuff while I'm hooking up the leads for the AED on whichever patient we responded to on that one. So when all this is going on, everything's a learning experience. So my first time I was doing it, they were watching me. So I would tell them honestly if I felt comfortable, if I didn't feel comfortable with it. So the first time I brought out all the leads and everything, I started placing them, and I was making sure that I was putting them in the right place. And they could tell me a silly little thing to try and remember where they go to. And if you mess up, I was crossing the leads by mistake, so I was having like left arm or right arm, stuff like that. They'll correct me, and then I'll be all right. So I'll remember for next time. The next time when I applied it, I was trying to be a little bit quicker, and I tried putting it in the proper position where it needs to be at. As long as they see that you are trying your best to remember and actually learn from your experiences in each one of the calls, they'll keep teaching you more. Unfortunately, I did my 3, and I did it all in the same rescue. And the first time I was with a different crew. The other 2 times I was with the same crew each time. So when I was done with the second one with my third one with my second crew, and me and them already bonded and everything. I was like another EMT to them. I just couldn't do firefighter stuff. They were coming up with different goals for me to do. They were actually giving me assessments to do. They'll give me, it wouldn't be a live patient. They just write out a scenario for me, and they'll tell me, okay, what would you do for this? And they would help me build up my assessments because I wasn't used to it. So they would do that, and then when we go to the next place, they'll give me a different task to do. And they saw that I got comfortable with EKGs, so they gave me the oxygen and told me, okay, are you comfortable with doing oxygen now? I said, well, I know how to turn it on, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, but I'm not comfortable with applying it and knowing that I'm going to have it at the right liters per minute. So they're okay, we'll watch you when you're doing it, and we'll make sure that you're not doing anything to harm the patient, because oxygen is a drug. You don't want to hyperventilate them. So every single time I'd be improving with them, and then when I was finishing my last one with them, it was sweet sorrow, because I can't go back. I gotta ask them if I can go back and just volunteer as a regular person. They already had it all planned out for me because we already bonded and everything. So they're like, you're gonna be in charge of this, this, and this, and then he's gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna be writing down all the information for when the paramedics come over. So they like fit me into their crew. It was amazing. It felt great. And again, that's because I put the effort into it. Sorry if I'm rambling also. I don't know if I'm keeping on track with myself or not. I'm trying not to edit this time because of the internet. So I'm trying not to edit so I can save some time and actually put up the videos. And my uhs are all back. So anyways, for your rescue clinicals, to summarize it, you get what you put into it. It goes for rescue and hospital. You get what you put into it. Ask questions. Ask them to show you how to do different things. Ask them how they set up their bags, so that, say that you get busy and everything and they get sidetracked, you can start setting the bag for them, so that then when they're about to grab it, they go, oh wow, so the EKG is already set up with leads, the bag's organized, it's not all thrown in together. We were running out of leads, actually, the lead bags, we were missing some out of some bags, so we're like short 2 or 3 leads when we're at a house. So even checking for lead bags, if you know where the lead bags are, it helps out dramatically, and then they notice that, and it gives you a better review as well, because they score you on everything that you do on a piece of paper. I'm not going to pull it out because it's all jumbled up in there. This was kind of rushed. But just put everything that you can into it. Act like if it's your first day on the job. Don't act like you're a student. So be completely humble. Tell them everything that you don't know or that you're not comfortable with. Tell them what you've gone through school if you want, so that they know, okay, they've covered this so far, so they know what they can throw at you and not have you like freak out. Alright, so that's rescue. Hospital. I've only done 1 hospital so far. Sorry if I'm looking down a lot, because I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at the camera at the same time. Trying to make sure that the brightness stays decent. But the hospital. I went to the Florida hospital in Altamont Springs. That place got so busy. But I did the same thing that I did with my rescue. But instead of acting like if I was a EMT with them, I was acting like if I was a tech at the hospital. And the first thing that the guy asked me, I had 2 different guys. One of them got switched over to extended care halfway through the shift, and then I got switched over to another guy. And both of them, the first thing that they asked me was, is this your first time in the hospital? And I was like, yes. So each time that they asked me that, I said yes, but then I followed up with, act like it's my first time doing anything at all. I was like, I've already done my rescue ones, but I know everybody has a different way of doing EKGs, which everybody does. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has a different way to do it, and they're all apparently right. So, but I told them straight up, I said, teach me how you do the EKGs so that it's the way that you like to have it done. And then I said, just treat me like if I'm the new guy on the job. Act like if I'm a paid person and that I should know this. So I told them, don't sugarcoat anything on me. If I mess up, I mess up. Make me own up to it. So halfway through my shift, all you're doing is you're basically going through the hospital, you're cleaning rooms, you're doing EKGs literally all day. I did like 90 EKGs. And you're getting it signed by the doctor. You're restocking the rooms for like needles, stuff like that, because the techs that you're working with are typically going to be paramedic techs. So they're going to be doing all the needle work to start getting IVs, all that good stuff done. You're going to be helping people go to the bathroom, stuff like that. So get that in your head already that you're going to be doing that kind of stuff. I actually had a person that we had to Baker Act. So that was an interesting thing. We had to clear out the entire room. Police were called. It was a big old thing. It was actually the last patient that I had of the day before I had to leave. But the people there, they ended up respecting me, and I think they're wanting me to be working with them again, because every single time when they get like a free second, because we didn't really have much. I think we only had like a 5-minute lunch break, and then we were back on the floor again. But they're like, I am so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for helping me keep all this stuff organized, because I was organizing their stuff. They gave me the codes to the doors and stuff so that I could just start doing stuff on my own. That's how comfortable they got with me, because everything was just repetitive. And sorry, coffee's wearing off. Uh, but you're just doing circles. So you go from EKGs, you do like 3 or 4 EKGs, and boom, you're sending them over to extended care. So then you're cleaning up the rooms, you're sanitizing everything, and then you restock if you need to restock it. After that, more patients start coming in, EKGs, you'll do the IV or whatever he needs to do, and it's just keep going around and around and around. And that's pretty much all that you're doing, is just those 3-4 things. It's a lot of walking. I must have walked like 30 miles in just one little section of the hospital. It's a big hospital, but I was just in one little section. It was literally a square, so the hallway goes in a square. So literally I was just doing laps. It's hard to do the assessment paperwork that you have while you're working at the hospital. I didn't really touch it on EMT either. EMT, before I continue with the hospital, EMT, in order to write down your vitals, don't carry your clipboard or your folder, whatever you have with you, on you when you're actually helping the patient, because you're going to be hands-on as well if you're doing it the right way. Me, myself, I witnessed a paramedic that was over there, and he was just writing everything on his glove. So me, I already had my gloves on, so I just popped my pen out, and I did HR for heart rate, and I was writing down all the vitals. So I had them. And then by the time I get back to the truck, before I toss out my gloves, I'll take one glove off, and it's reversed, place it on my lap, take my camera, snap a picture of it, and then I have them all in order from how I was taking care of patients. So that's a good way to keep your vitals for rescue, on your glove. For hospital, it gets a lot trickier when you're busy. I ended up having to wait until the very end, and then when everything was kind of slow, they actually asked the patient for me if I could actually do a primary assessment on them, so I can ask them all the questions that I need to ask, get all my vitals that I need to get. And the patients are actually very open to it. When they know that you're learning, they're really open to it, as long as they're not still being treated and everything. So the guy that I took care of and actually did my assessment for, he came in with respiratory problems. He had a chronic bronchitis. And very nice guy. His wife was there, and you get so much praise there. And it's just, like I said before, you got to stay humble. So I accepted it. I thanked them. I said that it's just something that I want to do. So I don't want to get thanked for it, even though they're thanking me. I let them know. I was like, no, thank you for allowing me the honor of being able to practice my assessments with you. So it was a real humbling experience. It makes you really think about what you're doing is making a difference. So that's why everybody should be joining, is to be able to make a difference in somebody's life, to actually help them out. But yeah, the assessments is going to be really hard for hospital. You can ask them when you're doing your assessments if you can, like, ask permission to a patient if you can do the assessment, or if you're slow, you can just ask them if you could act like a scribe, because like the doctors, they're followed around by scribes that write down all the vitals anyways. So you can ask if you can be like a scribe for them, so you can write down the vitals, write down their chief complaint, all that other good stuff, and that can be another way that you can get your assessment. My guy, he didn't even have time to rate me, so I get to rate myself and have nobody actually say anything different. But I'm just going to be honest about it. In the beginning, I'm going to have a lot of 3s instead of 4s, because they were correcting me on stuff on how they like to do it. But I was always able to self-correct once when they tell me that they want it done a separate way. But yeah, even his comment about me, he just said, "Do well." So that's how busy we were. So don't expect to be lollygagging with hospital. But as long to just like sum everything up so that I can upload this video for you guys. For clinicals, act like if you applied for the job and they hired you. Let them know everything that you know. If you don't know something and you're embarrassed about not knowing it, just let them know. They're there to teach you. They're there to help you. They want to make sure that you know everything that you need to know. And they don't want you to be on the field if you're going to be, just saying, "Oh yeah, I know how to check heart rate," and then you have no idea when they ask you to do it. A lot of stuff is done over the AED though, but still let them know. Be like, "I'm not comfortable," because that's one thing that I told them also. I was like, "I'm not comfortable with the blood pressure cuff because I haven't been able to accurately check every patient," which you're going to have patients where you can't accurately check them in the beginning. But they actually, when we had free time, he was like, "Go to the truck, pull out the bag. I'm going to show you where the blood pressure cuff is." I had my own stethoscope with me. Pretty much he let me check his blood pressure. Then the lieutenant came over. He was like, "Oh yeah, check mine also. I probably need it." So I ended up checking everybody's blood pressure. They even let me play with the AEDs, so I got to check everybody's O2 stat and everything like that. It's awesome. It's an amazing learning experience. If you're hands-on, take full advantage of it because I learned so much on both of my types of clinicals. On the rescue, I learned tons about EKGs, on the AEDs. Listen to them when they're doing their primary assessments, and you can kind of absorb that as well. With the hospital, I was learning a lot more about EKGs, about how it helps the doctors. I was learning more about patient care itself. So usually, as an EMT, you can actually work in the hospital. So it gives you that good mentality of which one you're leaning towards more. You're going to have a better understanding of which one you enjoy more. Me, myself, I really like being more in depth with my patients, but I kind of like being on the field and being able to transport them and get them to that care. I think I'd like that more than being in the same place and just running around all day, constantly caring for the people. I think I'd enjoy the multiple experiences. Plus, the paramedic tech that I was working with, he even told me, he was like, "You won't use even half of your skills as an EMT if you work as a tech." He strongly suggested that I work in the ambulance so that I can actually gain more experience with my skills. So that's just a rough thing for my clinicals because I'm kind of in a rush to study and everything while I'm here as well. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below and I will answer them as soon as I can. If it takes a little bit of time, I'm sorry. It's just my computer's Wi-Fi is all jacked up, but I will do my best to check it on my phone and everything as well so that I can actually respond to you guys. So any questions at all for clinicals, comment below. If you're new, subscribe. I'm also going to leave, because I've been getting a lot of questions about my school itself, I'm going to try and make another video to explain my thoughts on the school and how they teach and how many labs we've done. So look forward to that next video as well. Hopefully I can get that one out today as well. It just depends on the internet over here to upload the videos. But other than that, you guys have a great day. Remember, like, comment, whatever you guys want to do down there. Just let me know. Make sure that I'm doing a good job and that I'm not just spewing off a lot of random garbage. But yeah, this isn't going to be edited at all, so you guys are going to get like the regular uncut stumbling mumbling me. So I hope it wasn't too boring. So anyways, you guys have a good one. I'll see you next time.